Catch him! Get him! Get him!
Get your head crashed by my husband's stab. Get your head crashed by my husband's stab. His father watched the horror as he swallowed the tongue. Another youth dead before the age of 21. Left his son to grow in the ghettos of the slums where the shots that go for twisted metal cash flow. Tolerance, so a lifetime is spent behind the cave fence. Smoked out on the park bench. Killer instinct, slave rap niggas get lynched. Get your head crashed by my husband's stab.
What you know about this? Specialist, armed, dangerous, hit you close range with this madness. Unique design, shine like a deep dish. The beat kick, technique, spit on your weak shit. Yes, the rhythm, the rebel, alone in my level. Weeded up past the point of metal. Living legend, veteran, known to set trend. Lethal weapon, step through your
This
section.
one issue hard to kill and full blown. Rhymes filtered through the net before words hit the throne. Pro Tools editing tracks that's rough. Plus a jam without a live MC isn't enough, so we attack this and grab all within reach. Throw the scrap back then again, perfect your own
Grab the
speech.
depth with a thousand thumbtack, the boost is a roll. It beats the wind, ninja scroll. Soul edge blade controls your Interpol, the big loop. Proof of the military group. I say secluded in the chamber, training new recruits. With fatal guillotine, the black hooded team. Wooded maze with bullet screens from the hot block. Like basket pop on the block, organ blood the gush. But digital to analog, the rule where camouflage. My entourage squad, we start with those hands of ball like hers
Get your head by my husband's stab.
Has to keep saying the
Happy to see
Ralph,
Alf played the show. So thanks,
Alf Benny.
Hey, appreciate it. Welcome in, Raiders. We're in the middle of watching the
Hasan versus Cenk debate. Family member versus family member. Who will come out on top and who will come? We will see.
the topic right now is basically about progressives. Are progressives going to win? Do progressives have positions of power? All that kind of stuff. And yeah, give a follow back.
YouTube.com/Alf Benny.
Oh, rich people are great.
He's only right if it's phrased in a certain way. That everyday people, when they hear it, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to argue that. Why? That sounds great. But the right is going to, on the other end, just constantly be like,
Culture war, trans kids, culture war, CRT.
all that shit all day, every single day. And then when they watch lefties who criticize them and talking about this stuff,
Well, that's why you're trying to promote indoctrination in CRT in school. Culture war, trans kids, culture war. Well, that's why you're trying to promote indoctrination in CRT in schools. Hear you. Culture war, trans kids, culture war, trans kids, culture war, CRT.
The progressive movement, honestly, and this is where you and I can begin to disagree, getting too radical and too away from what most Americans want.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So look, So saying things like all sports leagues, including professional ones, has to allow trans women. They don't have a choice, etc. That pulls it like 2%. Well, that's exactly what the right wing does. They weaponize every single issue. What I'm trying to get progressives to do is stop falling in the trap. So the minute they say it, our side comes out and goes,
No, this is the most important issue. And anyone who disagrees is a Nazi.
you just called 98% of the country Nazis.
They're getting outrage fatigue, and it has demonstrably been a failure. And that's part of the reason why you don't see Trump talking too much about wokeness or trans people. He brings it up every now and then in his commentary, but it is far less than Ron DeSantis, wouldn't you say, who is an objectively less popular candidate.
Yeah. So with the exception of Trump and DeSantis thing, which we can get into, I actually agree with everything you said. So now let me give it
why
to
do
you
you
from
bring
my
it up as a
perspective and why I'm
problem?
concerned about it. So number one, Republicans bring this up because they're fishing and fishing. All their positions are deeply unpopular. So they're fishing for one position that they could finally get some sort of popularity on, right? So they dig all the way down to trans sports at the high school level, and they get over 70% saying, okay, no, meritocracy, we shouldn't do that, right? So, but in the midst of these conversations, one of the things that happens is, okay, on air, I say, okay, you're asking, fine. I think at the high school level, trans girls should be able to participate with biological girls Because
Why do you talk about that at all beyond how?
it comes
the right-
up because
No, no,
there's
no,
a
no.
bill.
No, I
I'm
know.
fighting against the bill.
Okay. But why do you
So why
talk
is it a
about
problem
it
on the
beyond
left?
it being a distraction, perfectly cooked up? Because you said you agree with me. Why do you talk about it beyond it being a fucking bill that is laughably unpopular, so unpopular that like
It's not
incredible?
so unpopular that it didn't pass in all the red states.
Wait, what?
The trans bills that
None of-
passed,
none
not
of
about bathrooms, but about sports and all that horse crap.
But none of those bills were passed with popular support, Cenk.
Cenk.
I know they're passed by Republican legislators, and the Republican
You're not gonna
legislators
tell me-
are appeasing their base.
Okay,
so their
no,
base
they're
is
not.
maniacal,
No,
and their
they're not.
base wants it.
No,
What does
they're
this have
not.
to do with progressives
That
then?
you and I are entirely
Okay,
incorrect.
so they go
You are-
fishing in that area, and in that conversation,
No.
I say, hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
I say, at some point, look, my real opinion is, at the professional level, yes, of course the leagues get to make their own decision, and sometimes, yes, trans women have an advantage, and the league is allowed to say, no, we're not going to allow it, okay? So what happens next? Every single person that I know in mainstream media saw that what they perceive as a progressive community then called me a Nazi. Then they go, okay,
No one
progressives are
called you a
lunatics.
Nazi. No one
Progressives are
called you a
lunatics.
Nazi.
Coddle the white lady hour. And you know why? And you know why? I thought
The best thing about this clip is just that Lance is just here for it and Lance his ass off. So I saw the memes, by the way. I saw a bunch of people who just took screenshots of me laughing non-stop.
coddle the white lady hour.
By the way, okay, for the record, I'm holding this shit in. I'm trying to be as professional as possible. This is a lot of effort going down here, okay? And I am cracking. Fair enough. I'm breaking apart midway through because I can't agree more. Honestly,
I can't agree more. Honestly,
it's one of those things where like I feel like all of us were so nice and friendly. I still am.
Coddle the white lady hour.
And it makes it look like we are extreme when in reality 2/3 of the country's on our side. Take the fucking win.
take the win.
So like there is no reason why they're not looking at like magical trans people on Twitter and going, "Oh, that's it. Here's the reality. They're being crazy again. They're calling Cenk a Nazi."
Yes,
Those-
they are.
the-
And
the
they're
me-
looking for any excuse. I agree with that. But then stop giving them excuses, which is the point you started.
Okay.
Stop playing the victim.
There's a major disagreement here. We are at odds, and
But we're not at odds. You say don't talk about it. I say don't talk about it. We say you say you're against the bill. I say I'm against the bill. You're for trans rights. I'm for trans rights. But my
I think that it's very dangerous and very scary when you get moved by your base of support that you have worked tirelessly for 20 years and like building and solidifying, turning on you and saying you're right wing now. I think that is
didn't happen though. Like I agree with you. It's 11 people on Twitter, so our audience is just as gigantic as it's always been.
So you can go ahead and cry about it if you're among those 11 people.
So I'm not worried about that, Haas. I gave it as a small example, and defund the police is a much larger example.
Okay, we'll
of how
get
the
to that in a
progressives
second.
are getting pigeonholed by mainstream media and Republicans as radicals, when in reality we are the overwhelming majority of the country. So we need to focus and get our
saying that.
I agree.
messaging right.
and that's why like if you are even pushing that discourse as though this is like real and applied and genuinely a threat to democracy because it's something that everyone is like forcing you at gunpoint to utilize, then all of a sudden you are a culture warrior, whether you admit it or not, because these issues are
yes.
distractions and they're stupid as fuck, and that nobody should even talk about it, let alone amplify it. I'll take it one step further though. There is one other issue here, and that is the Democratic Party. What do reactionaries do? They have no agenda, right? They have no agenda. They react and they try to claw back civil liberties. That's their goal. And if the Democratic Party is not actually pushing, okay, if the Democratic Party is not actually pushing material realities to change in a positive way and giving something to the Republicans to react to, right, to fight against, then all of a sudden that the reactionaries are leading the discourse.
Yeah.
So
But by the way, that's almost exactly what we said, and everybody called us Nazis.
No one
not
called you a
everybody, those
Nazi.
folks.
Stop
So
saying
look,
that.
guys,
I can't agree more. Honestly,
first of all, let's just be clear on everything, okay? So number one, I fight for trans rights. I have for 21 years.
Then
when
what are you
no one else
doing?
was. So
What
if you
are
don't
you-
like
what
it,
are
and
you
don't
doing
believe
here?
it, that's
What
up
are
to
you
you. You can do
saying?
whatever the hell
What?
you want, okay? So, and I just told you all
You're
my positions are
confused.
actually 99% identical to the most extreme trans right activists, right? So we have a microscopic difference. So somebody asks me about it, I say it once, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And then a giant pylon starts because people want clout. They're like, oh, no, he's not as good as me. He's not as pure as me. He's a right-winger. He's a Nazi.
like, oh no, he's not as good as me. He's not as pure as me. He's a right winger. He's a Nazi.
No, Cenk, then stop giving fuel. Stop giving fuel to the fire. You are repeating the culture war talking points.
Nazi. Okay, so I'm like, I ignore it. And then they just keep going, and I don't give a shit. They could do whatever they want, but then don't pretend that I brought it up. No, you brought it up, and you made it a giant issue, and you're the one hurting the progressive cause and the trans rights cause. We win on every goddamn issue on trans rights. Why are you going and dying on the hill that no one agrees with you on? You're going to ruin trans rights on other issues.
Okay.
We're going to lose because you're being so extreme. And then every ally you have, you're like, nope, nope, I'm going to be more pure than them, so I'm going to burn their bridge down. I don't want any allies. Okay, well, then don't have any allies.
Okay, just stay the course and just let people chirp into the void and never give them an ounce of pushback, because why? Every single if people are looking for class, if people are looking
get
for
outta here.
No, that's not a get out of here
So
situation.
here, I'll tell you
this
exactly
is very
what
important
happens.
because
This is really important because you know why? So Haas, so every time we say any little thing, all the other streamers and stuff, these come in and go,
oh, we're better than the Young Turks. We're better than the Young Turks. We agree with you 200%. They're such monsters.
and they clutch their pearls and stuff, and etc. And then we go, okay, guys,
But hold on.
we said a tiny thing. You guys had this nuclear reaction. Okay, say another tiny thing and defend our position for like 3 minutes on air, right?
And then another round of nukes, right? We're better than the Young Turks. We're the most pure. We're the most progressive.
Radical. We have to be the most radical. And if you don't believe us, then you're a Nazi.
Well, and then I made it an issue. I talked about it for about a total of maybe 3 minutes in all the Young Turks, okay? And then everyone else talked about it for 200 hours.
I know,
and pretended that it was us.
Okay,
Tiny.
It was the fucking opposite, by the way, because I know I'm one of the people at the center of this controversy.
Coddle the white lady hour.
Every single person, David Dole, the Rational National, every single person, they said it in the nicest possible terms.
Coddle the white lady hour.
Everyone was responding. The receipts are still online. You can look at them on Twitter. Every single person is like,
Coddle the white lady hour.
for the record, I can't agree more. Honestly, deeply respect all the work that you've done with the Justice Democrats. Or by the way, just so you know,
Coddle the white lady hour.
this isn't actually, no one is demanding that women no longer be called women. That's not an actual issue. That's an issue being fabricated by the far right. It's about inclusive language. Here's a video of Anna Kasparian saying these very talking points, 8 months ago.
Coddle the white lady hour.
Parts here. One, you've immediately ascribed to bad faith arguments to these people. You're like,
yes,
saying they're cloud operated.
do.
Okay, so one, that might not be the case. There might be genuine disagreements. That's number one. But at which point do you think, well, you know better than them, right?
No, they can disagree.
Okay,
I don't give a shit
okay,
about
but
their
listen. But okay.
But okay,
even
but
if they are bad
faith,
faith,
I'm going to call them Nazis.
Okay, even if they are bad faith.
No one called you a
Even if
Nazi.
they're bad faith. Then what the fuck are you doing giving them more clout?
I don't.
No,
I don't say anything.
No.
And then they do 200 shows about
it doesn't matter.
And then pretend I'm the one saying it.
It doesn't matter.
So hey, can we agree that all the other like Lance or whatever the fuck their names are?
No.
Oh no, they should all shut the fuck up then. Okay, right?
That all the others, like Lance or whatever the fuck their names are.
No.
Oh, no, they should all shut the fuck up then, okay, right?
That all the others, like Lance or whatever the fuck their names are.
No.
Oh, no. They should all shut the fuck up then, okay? Right? That all the others, like Lance or whatever the fuck their names are.
No.
Oh, no. They should all shut the fuck up then, okay? Right? Right? Because that's what you're saying.
Dude.
Why are you making a big issue out of it? Because I only said it for 1 minute. They said it for 200 minutes. Why don't they
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I don't even understand what we're disagreeing about. So we agree 99% on the issue, and we agree.
I think the major
99% that it's not a major issue, and people are making a big deal out of it.
I think the anger that people feel towards that sort of thing inevitably derives from offering any fucking light to that conversation, especially when you understand that it is just like bullshit talking points that have been focus tested and being brought up. The moment that you give it any validity, okay, and now I'm not even talking about like.
Let's talk about a general.
I got under his things. Well, you know why? It's because of my signature phrase. You all know me, right? I was like, yeah, Cenk.
I'm so pure. Oh, look at me clutch my pearls. I'm so pure.
Once again.
Because and I don't think I made a good enough case for this distinction, and I want to be way clearer. There's a difference between randos in the world that care about this issue, whether they agree with me or disagree with me, or they heard the wrong thing about me,
by the way,
or they have heard the right thing and they still think this guy's a Republican and I hate him. No problem.
I've never called you a Republican.
Lance or whatever the fuck their names are, shut the fuck up. And media figures, streamers, etc. Those guys,
Lance,
whatever the fuck their names are largely scorpions. And it's because the incentives and disincentives create scorpions. Because when you attack someone else, you get into the algorithm loop on YouTube, mainly YouTube, but in some other places as well, and you try to get attention. So they don't even know, I hope they don't know, a lot of them, that they're doing it on purpose. I hope they're not doing it on purpose, but probably some of them are, right? Lance or whatever the fuck their names are. But they think like,
no, this is really important. I have to correct the record by attacking the Young Turks. Oh, look at that, my views went up. What a wonderful coincidence. I'm going to do it again and again and again.
And this is not just about radical left. Are you crazy? No way. The right wing started this. Why does Steven Crowder dress up as me?
Yeah.
I'm so pure. Oh, look at me clutch my pearls. I'm so pure.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm good with it.
Even if
Look,
they say
I'm super clear. You like what we're saying, you come to the Young Turks. If you don't like it and you want super radical weirdos, there's like a million shows for you.
That's what you're doing. Like you're casting everyone else in a bad light.
Lance or whatever the fuck their names are.
Don't even talk about it. Don't even bring it up. That's it.
Okay, so I know I've been punched in the face 200 times, and I'm not allowed to punch back.
Exactly, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Yes, you get it. That is what I'm saying. That's what being fucking progressive is. Okay? If someone on your side is punching you, you ultimately turn around and say, "I don't give a fuck. It's fine." So just make your work speak for itself. You don't have to constantly fucking yell about random trans people online. And yes, that's what being the bigger progressive media person it revolves around. You have to do that. That's it.
All right, look, I'm going to take your advice. Let's move on because it's a microscopic issue.
There you go. So let's talk about defund the police now.
Okay, so the overall issue that
and before we do that, I got to run the 3-minute ad break real quick, and I'm going to pee, but you can keep going. Oh, shit.
So far, fucking, the
Lance or whatever the fuck their names are. Shut the fuck up.
4 years ago, you did this. I want my compensation. With your life.
Get your head crashed by my health and staff. Get your head crashed by my health and staff.
Can't get no satisfaction. Once again, back on the block, I'm snatching. Blowing backs and cold blooded, not assassin. Time for action. Johnny Unitas, handle that like all writers. Still hold the
break that nigga like all fast as a fuck. Tell Raw, Goldie left my base jacket in his truck. To all you slew-footed penguins, ducking from these high rocks and flaming. Soccer boy, you rap Damian, sprint cars, espionage. bloods, dog, twine and bamboo, high school dropouts. Faces get knocked the fuck out on the regular for robbing a good nigga house. Rough cut, raw doses, the unexplainable pot, rock lava, ginkgo biloba,
It's the jack up, let's see what math is backed up. Watch he act up, 52 block track, we slap up. Playground maneuver, jet to Vancouver like this. Two Kaluas, one chick, she's German Luger like immigrants. Nine of us form resemblance, something flashy. Guard dead arm is nasty. Beat the ornaments enough to make Shorty Wop stare at me. Yo, he killed the guard, might as well throw a chair at me.
Yo, MC's wonder, what's hip hop thunder? Yo, when held is paraphernalia, a rule, memorabilia. Melba the fortune teller, try to tell you about the goofy group. We scoop up cream like wires and spread across the globe like telephone wires. 36 is sorted, shouting imported, chambers been recorded. You know with the loose, I'm a royalty audit. Fabulous establishment, metabolism.
By my hells when stabbed, why the pictures broadcast is splash and tell the news like get your trash. By my hells when stabbed,
all sides with the fire extinguish the slain. Maintain this paradise on this earth with the shut the fuck up style for what the shit is worth. Watch a nigga catch a purse, superhero niggas die. Do my dirt, get away and
young entrepreneur, wisdom shot to the dark Kahlua. The black sire, smack fire out of the liar. My heart desire, speak truth till I expire. The clever writer, live wire, never retire.
This masterpiece be exclusive and fascinating. Street knowledge, education, teach the seed, son, no procrastinating. Ghetto learning, graduating. Blessed be the ones with patience from the ancient. God bless the child that can hold his own. Little shorties don't trust the soul, it's all glow control.
Get your leg trashed by my hells when stabbed. Get your leg trashed by my hells when stabbed.
Doing here, Bappa.
Off Benny. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Great show.
Great guy. Never met him.
Yeah.
Out Benny, out Benny, to mix this up, mash this up, out Benny, mash this up in his TYT mashups, which are very entertaining, and I highly recommend you watch it. Out Benny,